Corey Pronman's ranking the best NHL players and prospects under 23. So he's got his tiers, as always. Tier 1, elite NHL player. Macklin Celebrini, number 1. Connor Bedard, number 2. Leo Carlsson, number 3. There are 11 Hawks on this list. Bedard, 2. Nazar, 22. Kanserov, 23. Levshunov, 35. Frondell, 44. Colton Dach, 71. Sam Renzel, 72. Oliver Moore, 82. Sasha Boisvert, 95. Vaclav Nestrasil, 104. And Mason West, 107.
Out of the Hawks,
yes,
who's too high, who's too low in your opinion?
I don't mean this in a bad way. Artem Levshunov is a better prospect than Frank Nazar. When it's said and done, Artem Levshunov should be better than Frank. And I know they're different positions and different expectations, but Artem Levshunov, the number 2 overall pick, should be a guy who makes all-star teams frequently.
Sure.
And I think Frank's going to be a really good player. I'm not saying my opinion on Frank has changed, but I think Artem Levshunov needs to be in that 20-ish range. And then I would kind of bump maybe Nazar down to the 30-ish range where Levshunov is. I don't know. I think it's – and maybe then bump everybody else down. I also think Frondell feels really low at 44. I know he hasn't played an NHL game yet.
Yeah.
But a lot of the guys ahead of him haven't either.
Well, as Corey writes in here at the top, says the ranking is of the best young players overall. This is a ranking meant to show who I think will have the best pro careers, not who I would take in a game tomorrow. So based off of that, he's thinking Nazar and Kanserov's NHL careers will be better than Artem Levshunov's. Levshunov's better than Frondell's. Marginally, of course, across 137 players. You're talking about the difference between 35 and 44. I think it's not the biggest thing, the biggest difference. But yeah, I agree. I think you coming off, especially coming off the World Juniors, I would have thought Frondell would be a bit higher, being that he was named the best forward at the tournament. Maybe that's just recency bias, but I think that's something that I would have thought would have factored in. Obviously, Roman Kanserov jumping up as high as he did. He's second in the KHL in scoring this season. He's got 50 points this year. He's only 1 point behind his teammate for the KHL lead. So obviously he's going to jump up. To see that he's right there with Frank Nazar makes me very excited because I was already excited about Kanserov, but to see someone who's as tuned into the prospect world as Corey Pronman is to have that high of an opinion of him, especially since he moved up like over 100 places on his list. Like that's a significant jump. For me, the guy that I think is too low is actually Nestrasil. I think he's being very underrated in this spot. You've seen what he's done in college so far this year. You see what he did at the World Juniors, like the skill level, the tools kit that he has. This was a guy that when he was picked, it was a first-round project reach, just like Sam Renzel, where it was like, oh, it's probably 4 years of college for him or 4 years before he's playing pro. I could see Nestrasil being potentially on the same path as Sam Renzel, where it's 2 years in college, and then we see, oh, this guy's kind of figured things out. Yeah, and forwards are different than defensemen, but Sam Renzel getting to the pro game as a defenseman as fast as he did was ahead of schedule. So I think Nestrasil is a little underrated here. And no disrespect, I think Colton Dach being above Sam Renzel and Moore.
I'm shocked he's on this list, frankly.
At 70, like I like Colton Dach.
I do too.
He's going to have a hard time in the next few games when Frank Nazar comes back finding a lineup spot.
And my question with him too is like, and I do think there's more left to Colton Dach, but what is Colton Dach's ceiling? Like, what are we really talking about if Colton Dach maximizes his development? Mm-hmm. Like, what kind of numbers are we looking at? Like 40 points? I like the kid. I don't ever see him scoring 40 points in the NHL. And this is not a criticism. It's just like to have him on this list as high as he is, above Sam Renzel, above Oliver Moore, above Sasha Boisvert. You don't even have Nick Lardis on this list.
Right.
I'm betting on the careers of all those guys I just named over Colton Dach's. And again, Like him, brings something his team doesn't have, works his ass off, great dude, beloved teammate, all those things, but he is a third or fourth liner maxed out. Something else stood out to you on Corey Pronman's list of takes?
Yeah, the way that he categorizes some of these skills is interesting. Connor Bedard, for example, his shot is listed as high end, and his compete is above average. Matthew Schaefer, skating is above average. Oliver Moore, skating is above average.
Okay.
I listen. Corey Pronman has
And Corey Perry.
has watched a lot of hockey, I would imagine.
Has he?
If he's doing this, but I don't know how the most egregious one to me is Matthew Schaefer. I don't know how you watch his tape as a junior player or as an NHLer and say, yeah, he's above average skater. Like that dude skates so good.
He has Lane Hudson as above average too. I went down a list to find the first high-end skating defenseman, and he has Luke Hughes as high-end.
Okay, yeah. Like, again, I just, the compete in for Oliver Moore is average, and I'll just say from watching today's practice,
that's just not
Oliver Moore.
It's not the case.
I
thought he was going to throw up on the ice today. He was working so hard.
This dude, he was battling so hard today. Nick Foligno and him were getting in quite a tussle.
Him and Bertuzzi got one too.
Not
a fight, like they were doing net front battles, and
it translates to the game too.
Yes.
Like this is a guy
that's
gone into the corners with Brady Tkachuk. It's a guy that kind of gave a half cheap shot to Jamie Benn. Like, I don't know. That seems a bit competitive to me. And sure, I'm sure we're watching more of Oliver Moore as a pro in every Blackhawks game than Corey Pronman is.
Of course.
But I also don't think Corey Pronman is diving deep on all 137 of these players to the level that people individually would. So I would think he's probably got a little bit of insight from other people on the athletic staff or in the scouting and prospect community to say, hey, what do you think? What do you know? But it's just very interesting. We were kind of having this conversation before today's show. I think the thing with me with Corey's rankings, and it's not like anything against him, I think there's more people that have dove in different ways to the prospect analysts and scouting analysts world that have brought a different element to it.